Of this statue. This is in reference to the statues in Lviv in western Ukraine that are being wrapped to protect them from bombings, so that people can protect their art and things that are very important to them. Пане і панове, слава Україні! Героям слава! This means glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Ой, світи місяченько is a Ukrainian folk song performed by a very famous Ukrainian soprano, Oksana Petrusenko. And it's about a young girl who is waiting for her beloved. And she's talking to the moon and says, "Dear moon, please shine brightly when my beloved walks home. But if he has another girl, please hide behind the clouds." Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Denise Gilson. I'm the Executive Director for the Harvard Square Business Association, and I thank you all for being here this afternoon to stand in solidarity with our friends in the Ukraine. At this point in time, I'd like to bring Councillor Patty Nolan up, and she'd like to say a few words and official welcome from the City of Cambridge.
I will welcome from the entire city, and I'm just almost in tears at the thought that this needs to happen to protect art in Ukraine. It needs to happen because of an invasion that the world is luckily standing up to, but the people of Ukraine are suffering from. And it's the people who are being destroyed or try to be destroyed. And I know all of us come from countries. My husband's family came from a part of Ukraine as Jewish immigrants to this country. There's so many of us with stories like that, and to see the kind of destruction that's happening is heartbreaking. And we all have to encourage, I mean, the city council can't do very much, but our country can, and our state can, and the world can. So as we stand in solidarity, never ever forget that we need to protect art, to protect countries that are being invaded, and we need to have hope and the courage that we can all make a difference individually, however we stand. So my heart goes out. There's a few people here who are Ukrainian, and many others, like people who come from Ukraine. I just want to say the entire city, I know my colleagues have sent greetings to all of you here and hope that we can jointly make a difference.
Hello to everyone. I'm so grateful to be here. As Denise said, my name is Jason Weeks, and I work with the city. I work with Councilor Nolan. I work with the Business Association, but most importantly, I work with the citizens of Cambridge. And spending all of my time in the arts and supporting arts and culture, it's broken my heart to hear voices from around the world trying to cancel the artistry, the creativity, the artists in Ukraine. And I think the artists have been very, very busy trying to exercise their creative voice, trying to withstand the atrocities that are happening, and trying to lift up the culture that we know is Ukraine. And so I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for your presence. And I'm grateful to Ross Miller, the artist, and to the Business Association and to the city for making sure that this symbolic action could happen right here in Harvard Square. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. And now the man of the hour, Ross Miller. Please come and tell people what your inspiration was behind this.
Gosh, well, there's so many people here who helped make this happen. Denise and Jason and Charlie Sullivan from the city and various people who just quickly made a 7-page contract and looked at insurance, and we actually wrapped it first with Tyvek to protect it. But we all sort of feel helpless and like, what can you do? And it's such a complicated thing because you're thinking about Ukrainians who are getting killed, you're thinking about young Russian soldiers who didn't even know they were there, who are getting killed. I mean, it's just like all around. And I guess I have to admit, I'm one of those doom-scrolling people. Like, I'm procrastinating, I'm looking at my iPad, and going back and reading the Apple News and New York Times, and it's like, wow. And we have a studio in Austin where we do a lot of public art projects, and a bunch of people develop ideas, and we think about things that have a social connection, and sometimes they're just fun, like the lights that spiral over Harvard Square in the wintertime. So I wasn't really sure how to think about this, so I actually wrote something up. Not that I like reading things I wrote up, but and even this morning, the theater in Mariupol that was blown away with kids in the basement and other people in the basement was a dance and theater complex. This morning, something called Art School Number 12 was blown up. Whatever Art School Number 12 is, was a very big building, had a lot of people in it. So I'll just end with this, just because I wrote over and over again. The horrors of war constantly update on our phone as residents of Lviv, Ukraine carefully wrap urban artworks protecting a fountain dedicated to the ocean goddess from bomb damage. With jarring pain, we know we are not able to physically connect or assist. Even more helpless, how can artists act to show empathy? This project is an insignificant yet heartfelt effort to transfer an image from Lviv, Ukraine to Cambridge, Massachusetts. A tiny symbolic action. Perhaps the futility of this action is part of the expression. Everybody.
Thank you, Ross.
Oh